panel on Gen Z. But here's the thing that I just want to encourage in line with what Mike just shared and Alan, empowering the next generation. Joining us is Dominic Siri, Noah Block, and Tyler Jones. First, we're going to kick it to Dominic. Dominic, where are you at?
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, that's the
Amazing.
first question. That's a good one.
Joe Tar asked Dominic, how do you get Gen Z to commit?
Yeah, I think our generation has a lot of commitment issues, just from a secular viewpoint, but also from staying at a church and staying loyal to a church. I see a lot of people from my generation go from church to church, and so that's a very valid question. And I think it just stay consistent. I really liked what Alan had to say about social media, reaching out to them. I do truly think that if you reach out and you stay consistent, that somebody will stay loyal. They want that community, they want that discipleship, and so they're craving that. And so to get them to commit is simply to just be that voice in their life to say, "Hey, I'm here for you. I want to disciple you, and we have a space in place for you to do that." It's definitely hard in our generation to keep those people because they just like to bounce around like maybe this place looks cooler, that place looks cooler. They got more people here, more people there. My friends go there. But I think our generation truly does crave an authentic discipleship. And so if you can just provide that and stay consistent with it, that's a great way to get my generation to commit.
That's a great answer. And we're learning how to do that. So thank you for answering that question, Dominic. Next we have
Yes, best
oh,
intern ever.
yes, but
Best teammate ever is
yeah.
Dominic right there.
Shout out to Dominic because he helped put this whole thing together. So this Zoom and this conference was actually his idea. So thank you, Dominic, for dreaming big and teaching us how to just lead better as well. So thank you so much for that. And next we have Noah Block. And Noah, there's a question for you. And it's how do we reach young adults or Gen Z with short attention span and how do we keep them engaged in the process?
I think, man, I mean, first, shout out Dom. But secondly, I think as far as engaging, um, kind of going off what Alan said, a lot of things that we do is to get that like burning bush moment where it's like we want them to just grasp something. We want them to be attracted to our ministry. I think engaging students and young adults like, for me personally, it's just through relationship. Um, that's pretty cliche and pretty just like self-explanatory, but like, dude, relationship is so important. We can post all these posts, we can make all these reels, we can post ourselves preaching, post ourselves doing all these crazy things, and it's like, dude, none of this matters if we don't have relationship with the person. And so, what I found to be super special in my young ministry, but also how the leaders above me have impacted me. It's just how they relate with me. How they're like, dude, let's go grab coffee, or dude, let's hop on Fortnite and let's run some squads or whatever it may be. Like young adults want you to relate on their level, and so if you're always having them come up to where you are or do the things that you do, like that's not going to work. You got to drop down to where they are, figure out what are they attracted to, what are they working through, and engaging young adults is definitely most impactful when you're able to meet them where they are instead of trying to figure out the next attractive thing that could possibly be like, oh, they might like this. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be like if they like playing Fortnite, oh, you got to hop on the game. You have to buy a PS5. You got to get an Xbox. You got to find some way to relate with them because um, I had a pastor tell me once that just how important it is to first and foremost figure out what their interests are. And so if they're interested in if they love coffee, right? Coffee's a great plan. But if they love like sitting on the game, like you got to figure out a way to relate with them in their space and where they are. And yeah, I think that's how we can best engage, our students and young adults.
Awesome.
Incredible, man. We're grateful for you, Noah, for you, Dominic, and someone that I'm meeting for just the first time is Tyler Jones. Hey, man, quick question from Ellie Dillon, who said, she goes, Tyler, what is your generation's hope slash dream for family and for community? Do they desire to become mothers and fathers, desire to become disciple makers themselves? Is there a lifelong vision for this that you see from your perspective in Gen Z?
Yeah, so just for some background info about me, I go to the U, and so I have a pretty dualistic view of Gen Z. I live in the house of believers, and it's really awesome, but as you can imagine, like the U is not very, um, they don't really believe in Christian values that much. And so I have a very dual side of like my friends who love Jesus and the rest of the population um following after different things. I would say within like the church and like within Christian community, there's definitely a strong desire for like family and community. I feel like one of the first questions anyone ever asks me when I'm catching up with them is, "Oh, like, is there anyone special in your life for like a girl or something?" And so there's definitely like that desire to like a strong desire to like become family, to become fathers and mothers. Um, on the flip side, in like the more secular world, I feel like I'm noticing a trend of like people are seeing like families as like an option. They're seeing kids more as like accessories to life rather than like a blessing. Like the Bible describes
Mhm.
children
Wow.
as a blessing to you in your life. Um, so the world and like the secular world is a little different in how they see things and what they want. Um, but I think ultimately, like a lot of what the world wants is exactly what we are striving for as Christians. Um, it's just a little bit more twisted because they haven't encountered Christ yet.
Man, Tyler, what you just said there of, man, Gen Z might see perhaps family as an accessory versus a blessing. That
Yeah.
is profound. Thanks for your insight